Hey everybody, welcome to AADL TV. I'm Colin, and today we are going to make a beautiful piece of artwork. We're going to make a collage out of paper and colors, and then we're going to cut it out and make a beautiful piece of art. Today I've got 3 random children with me. I'll introduce you guys so you can meet them. First I have, who's this? That's
Rowan.
That's Miss Rowan. Rowan, what grade are you in?
First.
First grade. Almost done. And then we have with us
Lily.
Lily. I knew your name. And Lily, what grade are you ending right now?
4th going into 5th.
4th going into 5th. Big time, big time. And then we have Spider-Man. No, what's your name?
Jonah.
Jonah. What grade are you going to be in next year?
First.
No, I think it's kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, got that right. All right, you guys. So today for our craft, here's what we need. Here's our supplies. We're just going to need a piece of paper to paint on. So I'm going to use white. You could choose a different color if you wanted to. I'm going to actually use a few different colors of white because I'm going to paint lots of stuff and cut them out and probably take another piece and color lots of stuff and cut it out. Here's an idea. This is what Rowan did already. She colored a cloud and cut it out. So we're going to kind of do something like that. So we need a few pieces of white paper or colored paper if you really want to. We are choosing to use watercolors today because I think watercolors look beautiful when they're done. So we have a couple sets of watercolors, but you don't have to. You could use crayons. Rowan decided she didn't want to get messy with paints today. So Ro, what are you going to use?
I'm using crayons.
So you're just going to color everything with crayons. That's cool. If you don't have watercolors, you could use crayons or markers, or you could use regular paints. Regular paint takes a while to dry.
Acrylics wouldn't really work as well.
Yeah, that's true. Acrylics on paper, it would be okay. You just have to dry it. What we've done, since we're going to use our watercolors, we have our handy dandy
Blow dryer.
blow dryer, so we can dry the paint and then we can use it and cut it out.
You don't really need one because watercolor dries quickly.
Well, you'll see. It's still going to be pretty wet when we're done, and so this hairdryer will speed up that process so then we can cut it out and paste it on our page. So you guys, here's the trick. What we've decided to do today is we're going to make either, you can choose. You can make a mountain scene and cut out a bunch of different mountain shapes and layer them on top of each other. Or you can cut out clouds, really cool clouds, and make a cloud scene and layer them on top of each other. And you can pick any colors that you want. That's the cool part, is you can choose tons and tons and tons of different colors. And that's what makes this artwork look really cool. You can also decide not to follow any rules and just make whatever you want to make. We're going to show you how to do clouds and mountains. So Lily, what did you choose? You wanted to do clouds, right?
Yes.
And Rowan, what did you want to choose to do?
Clouds.
Clouds. That means I'll do mountains. And Jonah, you said you wanted to do mountains too. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the trick, you guys. Instead of drawing what we want and then coloring it in, like we usually do when we're going to draw and color stuff, we're going to do the opposite way. We're going to color a bunch of stuff, and out of those colors, we're going to cut the shapes we want, and I think it looks really cool. You will see. So what we are going to do is we're going to start with, we're going to paint. Rowan's going to color with her crayons. So watch this. Just take your paints and color sections, and it really makes your these colors stand out. So first, we have watercolors. Here's the other trick. Whoa. When using watercolors, don't get your paper super, super, super wet. It's really hard to deal with, and it doesn't take the paint as well, and sometimes the paper can rip. You don't want a sopping wet page, right? You want it just a little bit wet. So get your brush wet and put it in the color that you want. I'm going to start with, how about this color, this green right here. So you can choose any color you want to get started and just paint a section of your page. Like I'm going to paint, so you can see this on my screen. I'm going to paint like right here in one color and make it really cool. Then I'm going to choose another color and paint it over here. And I'm just going to get a whole bunch of sections of whatever are my favorite colors. And just have a bunch of sections. And out of those sections, That's what I'm going to cut out.
This is good.
It probably is good, Jonah. I would bet we're going to need a lot of water for these old watercolors. We haven't used them in a while. So we're going to get it and we're going to spread it around so we can get it on our page. The cool thing I like about watercolors is you're never quite sure how it's going to turn out. It changes as it dries. Like at first it's wet and you think to yourself, that's not a lot of color. Now watch. Paint, ooh, bright green, bright green. And you think that's really light. I like darker colors. I want to paint a ton. But you'll wait and see when this dries, it's going to look awesome. So you don't want to overuse your watercolors. You
can also mix colors together to make a cooler.
No, that's true, Will. That's true. So see if my green is really light.
Ooh.
You can use swirls. You can use different things to try to kind of get some darker parts. If some parts have a little bit more color than others, awesome. All right, there's my green. So that's really wet. I'm going to use my blow dryer when I'm all done. Next, ooh, how about this blue? Hey.
You don't actually have to draw in the shape of a cloud.
Yeah, so we're not drawing anything. We're just coloring sections.
Do you like it, Dad?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, just like that. That's beautiful.
I added two different colors together to make a hot and light pink.
That's beautiful. So my watercolors are not as vibrant as yours because I have some old watercolors here. So that's neat. And it's okay to have white mixed in there, like your page showing through, you know. It's okay.
Oh, you added a lot of water before.
So as this dries, it's going to look pretty cool. Again, it doesn't matter how big your blob is. You can make it big or small. You could choose to have, like, maybe you choose your favorite 3 colors, and that's only the colors you use. That would be awesome.
Where's blue? It kind of looks like the night sky because it has like glitters in it.
So I am mixing. These are really old watercolors. Lily has the best set, which is not fair that she made us use this old set.
I did not.
Okay, now this showed up. This is some good purple. All right, there we go.
Ooh. Wait, I'm going to keep that color.
Oh, yeah. You can have like
Oh my gosh, I love this color.
some texture to it. It's okay. That's great. See, the cool thing about this, you can squiggle and swirl and do it however you like. Make it as big as you want. If you want one section of color to be bigger, that way whatever you're choosing, your mountains or your clouds or whatever, you can have a big mountain mixed in with your littler mountains. I'm going to have this purple one be a big one, I think. I like it.
This is what I did already.
Whoa, it's hard for me to grab that.
This is
All
what I
right,
did
so
already.
this is the fun part about art is you can make whatever you want, make whatever shape you want. See, oh wow, Rowan, you're mixing your crayon colors to make some cool stuff. And see, yeah, you just made a bunch of blobs, right? Out of those blobs, you are going to cut a shape of a cloud because you decided to do clouds, right? So make them big enough. You don't want them too small. But what's fun about this is the more stuff you have, the cooler it's going to look. So if you only have 3 clouds, it'll look okay. But if you have like 15 clouds, you can layer them all on top of each other, and the whole thing is going to look really cool. You'll see at the end. So continue painting and getting some different stuff. I'm going to do this orange here. I hope that's an orange. My watercolors are really old, so I got to mix it up a lot. Mix it. Okay, let's see what color I end up with. This might not be orange. Might be like, well, it's like a yellow. Okay, that's kind of cool. Not very dark. That's better.
So these two together.
All right. So I'm not going to make mine as detailed because I want to show you guys how all this is going to work. But you at home, feel free to make it as detailed as you want. With lots and lots of colors is what I mean by that. Lots of colors in lots of sections. Bless you, Jonah. Sorry, buddy. Oh, pink, pink, pink. I love it. And you can decide, you don't have to have only one pink section or one blue section.
I'm coloring.
You can do many, many, many.
Coloring in my drawing.
If you had, sometimes you could do like white paint and put like little details of squiggles or whatever you want in there. That's fine. I'm going to do a dark green because why not? All right. So, this is the part of the game where you just choose what colors you love and put them everywhere.
I still have a lot of
And if you want to do one whole page of color splotches and then do a whole nother page of color splotches, that would look super, super cool. Because then you have lots to choose from. Now, mine looks pretty good here. You know what? I'm just going to make my section even bigger. Fill up this whole thing.
I just realized I haven't been doing really big things, so I have to make them bigger.
Yeah, so how's yours?
Gold.
Wow, yours are really dark.
Blue.
Cool. Cool, cool.
Sense.
All right, so you guys, you at home, keep coloring, keep painting. What I'm going to do is speed up my side of the process so I can show you what we're going to do next as you're coloring all your sections. And if you want to fill up at least, I'd say 2 pages of artwork before you start the next section, then you'll see you have a lot more to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trusty hairdryer and I'm going to dry my wet page so it's not wet to work with.
It's going to be pretty loud.
Okay, you guys, so I dried my watercolor piece of paper, and you'll notice it's a little wrinkly once we dry it because normal paper is not really good for watercolors, but it's okay because we're just making a craft. They actually have watercolor paper, which is thicker, and it lets you paint lots of watercolors without wrinkling. But my paper is dry now, and I really love the way that the colors turned out. They're very light and subtle, but there's lots of different textures and shapes in there. So here's what we're going to do. I decided to make mountains, right? So we can make our mountains like a triangle mountains. But today, I'm going to decide to make mine like roundish mountains, like hills. So really, what this craft can do is you're going to just have lots and lots of different shapes, and you're going to just paste them on top of each other all over another piece of paper to make a collage. A collage is a mixture of different pieces of art. Pieces of paper, pieces of cardboard, pieces of things. A collage is where you cut out pieces and you paste them all together to make a new piece of art, right? You guys have probably done that in school. So for mine, I'm going to go with like some mountains. So I'm going to just cut whatever mountain shape I think works. You know, I decided to have round, but it's easier to cut when it's not round. So I'm just going to do triangular type shapes, and I'm going to make like ups and downs and bigger and so here's my first shape. It's a mountain. You can tell it's a mountain because I said it was. So we'll just do lots of those. If you're making clouds, you decide to do clouds, then you can make whatever bubbly looking cloud. Just make it roundish.
Hey, look at that.
You might want to do more, another page full of colors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because there's not much.
I am showing you quickly what to do. I agree that you need more. The more the merrier. The more colors you have to work with and the more layers of your collage, the cooler it looks. Alright, I just cut my other mountain shape. Super cool. Ooh, there's a big one. I'm going to make this color. Oops, I think. I can make it super tall and make a super tall skinny mountain. I don't know. I think I'm going to make it sideways and make a longer mountain. This one.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just Dr. Collage.
So what I got. How should I do it? Oh, that's cool.
Nah. Dad, I did 9 colors already.
You did.
I sprayed myself with paint.
I'm using this colored one. Daddy, I'm using this colored pencil.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, nice, Ron. You're making color. So how's your colors coming along, Ro? Show everybody what you got.
I made these colors, and I also made these. I'm still working on that one.
Alright, so here's my other one that I just made. Here's my mountain type of shape. And so I have 3 so far. The goal is to have a lot, like to have like 20 or 15 or something. And you can paste them all on another piece of paper in different spots. Now here's what we're going to do when we paste them. You start at the top, which is like the background, and you paste a bunch. Then you paste more on top of those that are closer to you. Then you paste more on top of those and they're closer to you more. And it really looks like mountains that are coming at you. Or clouds in the sky. The cool thing about clouds in the sky is you can overlap any of them because they're just up there. So you can just put some overlapping some more and overlapping some more and it looks great.
I'm actually just making dots on this page. I might be getting people wet.
Okay. Well, we're making dots. And Jonah's going to start. Actually, Jonah, I don't think you need to. I think yours is, you don't need to use your hair dryer. Because yours looks pretty dry.
Water anymore.
I just did these because they're drying.
Yeah. So let's leave those alone for now. And that way I can show the kids at home the craft without hearing them. Giant blow dryer go crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be, I think I'm going to wait.
Alright, so I'm just cutting out more shapes, and what I'm trying to do, see that's Jonah's, his is awesome, his is so many colors to choose from. I tried to cut, like if these are my colors, you want to cut inside the color and completely so you don't have like white on the outside. It doesn't matter. I think it looks neater when the whole thing is colored with color. The hard thing is, you can't see it at home very well in this, but for here it looks pretty bright. So I've got 2 more, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to paste it on my page. But you guys keep painting to make more, because the more you have, the cooler it looks. Let me tell you what. All right.
Plus you're going to make a bunch out of it.
I'm trying to make lots of colors. So I have, well, now I have 11 choices.
11 colors?
Uh-huh.
Holy cow.
And I put the colors that I use together, so just in case I need to do more on it, I know which colors to use. So.
And see, I have some white showing through there. I'm just going to cut that off straight. Now the whole thing has paint on it. And now I only have one more left to do, so I'm just going to do that quickly and show you guys what I want to do to paste it.
Too tiny.
There's my mountains. I only have 5. 5 is okay. It's going to be fine. It would be nice to have more. So I'm going to take a piece of paper, a clean one. I'm going to choose white. You could choose a different color. I feel like since I used watercolor, if I chose a dark color behind it, it would probably show right through my nice bright paint. So I'm going to use white. Then I'm going to decide how I think this looks the coolest. So I'll do it this way so you guys can see. Here are my mountain pieces. And you just match up like, boy, did I like, see, I don't like how you can see the bottom. So I'm going to cut the white off the bottom of this. Yeah. All right, so here's my mountains. Now, you could just throw them on the thing and say, oh, that looks great. But if you really take your time, you can decide. So let's start with the ones that are farthest away. What if, and if you overlap them a little bit, they start to look like they're really part of a bigger picture. Let's say I'm going to overlap this one with that one. And then this one like that. And you don't have to cover up every single piece of white. It's okay to have white in between. Okay. Probably, I don't know. And like this. So the more you have, the more you can overlap everything. I think, see, can you see that at home? I think that's going to look pretty cool. So I'm just going to glue those on where I like them. I might even stick this one down there a little bit more. So, where's my glue sticks? I need glue sticks! Hold on a second. Go to the trusty glue stick spot. Aha! That's why you always keep your glue sticks right behind your craft. I guess. Alright, so, uh-oh. There we are. Alright, I'm just going to start gluing. And you start with the ones in the back that are the highest, okay? You don't start on the ones in the front because then you have to put stuff underneath them and you can't really do that. So, I'm just going to put glue everywhere. And it doesn't have to cover your whole mountain. It's okay if they flop off the page a little bit. No problem. So, boom, I just stuck one there. I'm going to get this next guy, get a little bit of glue on him. And see how I have mine that stick off the page a little bit. And that's just going to be, I like that. In this section is what I like. All right, then I'm going to do this one. Now, these kids are doing clouds. And so they can, instead of making mountain shapes, they're going to make puffy cloud shapes, which is just however your imagination decides they should go. So, really, you want to show the colors? Oh, whoa, that's so many. That's perfect. So you can just start cutting any cloud shapes you want out of those. Good job. And at the very end, when you guys are done, I'll show everyone's finished product. All right, so I'm going to do this one. Hi,
I
buddy.
did this because there can be lizards stomping.
Jonah has lizards stomping in his, you guys. You kidding me? It's just the coolest. I'm going to move mine over like that. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, it's really coming together. Now, what I like is I have a final touch that I think makes this look, to me, like more professional artwork. And I'll show you. This is a trick that I like. But you don't have to use it at all. So before, when I was saying you don't need to have, or it's okay to have white space, it is, but probably not in the middle if you're doing mountains. If you were doing clouds, you can place them wherever and have lots of white space. But if you're having mountains, it kind of looks cooler if you do cover up any extra white space. So last but not least, this is my 5th mountain. Now, it would be nice if I had more. I wish I had time to do more, but I wanted to show you guys at home how cool this stuff is. So I'm just going to go with that right there like that. So this is my quick version of a mountain collage for you. Now, I could be done. It looks pretty swell. But what I'm going to do, I saw a cool version where I'm going to cut out a circle and make this into a frame. So I'm going to grab a plate. So watch this.
Where's a pen? I have a pencil.
One needs to be dry. Sorry, Ron.
All right, so watch. Okay, so I'm back. I grabbed something round that I could find, like a round plate. That wasn't too big. It was big enough for what I thought. Now watch this. You could choose, I'm going to make this into a round shape. You could choose to make it a square shape, or you could leave it alone. But I like this idea, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to just go like this. Oh wow, it's going to cut off a lot of it, but that's okay. Oh well. You could choose to skip this part, but I thought this is a fun. Oh, look how cool this looks. The circle. Oh, you probably can't tell at home how cool this looks, but here, that looks great. I'm going to cut that circle. It even cut some of my nice artwork. It cut it off, but oh well. Look. Oops, my page got wet. Look at that. Wow. I wish you guys could see how it kind of sticks off the page here. It looks like a bunch of different mountains stuck together. Wow. In real life, it looks a whole lot better than it does on this video. Let me tell you something about that. But, how are you guys doing at home? I'd love to see what you have. We're going to work on ours a little bit, and I'm going to show you what the kids came up with right now. All right, we're ready to show everybody our finished pieces. Rowan, let's show us what you got with your clouds. Look at that, look at all those colors. You chose to cut out around each one to make your art piece the craziest, most unique shape. That is so beautiful, and look at all of those crayon colors. Great job, Ro. I love it. Now, Lily, wow. Wow, you guys. Which way are you going with us here?
I'm going with this way.
That way. Okay, that looks good. That is exactly what I was going for when I was starting this craft. That's what I wanted. All those beautiful overlapping colors. And look at all those different watercolor ideas. You blended colors. You made different shapes and weird stuff. And you cut a circle, which just makes it look really cool. Here's my quick version of mountains. It's okay. I would totally do it differently if I had a little bit more time to just do it however Heck, I wanted to. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us today. For all of us here at AADL TV, happy crafting. Have a great rest of your week. And stay healthy and safe out there.